Welcome to Alpha Train. This is a really fun game for kids just learning how to read, ages 4 and 5. It's great practice for understanding what letter words start with. In this case, it will be animals. So click play. And here comes the Alpha Train here. And so we have different animals that have to go to the correct train cars. So you see right here, we have this guy here. This is an alligator. So kids would think to themselves, what letter does alligator start with? Oh, it starts with A. So I have to drag and drop him to the A train. That's just great job. Here we have a polar bear. So kids are going to have to think, what does polar bear start with? It starts with P. So they're going to have to click on this arrow and get to the car that's labeled P. On the way, as you see, we can stop and deliver this guy into the E car. This is an elephant, so we got to put him in the E car. And he's safe and sound in his E car. Let's go down to P. And we have a polar bear. So we drag and drop him into the P car. And we have 3 more animals. We see a woodpecker eagerly pecking at the platform. So let's get him into W. So I'm going to keep clicking on this arrow here until I get to the W car. I'm going to drag and drop him in here. Now sometimes kids aren't going to recognize what animal they are looking at. Let's say, for example, this guy they don't recognize. And so they have 4 free get answer turns. So if I click here, it's going to tell me the answer. If I click on an animal, it's going to give me the answer. Raccoon. So that's an R. So I'm going to put him in the R car. And finally, we know that this guy is a toucan. He's a bird, but more specifically, he's a toucan, so we have to put him in the T car. And so the train can move on now because all the animals are in their right cars. So now we go to station 2. It's important to know that there are 6 stations, and the game has a 9-minute time limit. Okay, so I see a turtle, I see a buffalo. So let's go to the B car. So I'm going to drag and drop the buffalo. Now right here would be one of those ones that's a tough one. Maybe if I was a kid, I would click on him to get the answer. This is a weasel. I'll give you that clue right now. And so he starts with a W. Most of the animals are much more easy to identify, but there's a couple I threw in there so that I wanted kids to learn new animals. Here we have a snake. This is another one. This is a capybara. I think the weasel and the capybara are probably the 2 hardest animals. So I'm going to drag and drop the capybara into his place. And next, let's go, we have to go all the way to the end of the alphabet. And we see our other animals we've already put in there. Looking out the window, here we get to S, so let's put our snake in here. We see a turtle over here. We see our weasel goes next to the woodpecker. And actually, I forgot we have a rooster here. And the rooster goes in the R car. So the train can now go to station 3. And you see, these are more straightforward animals. We have a wolf, we have a pig, we have a dog, we have a moose, we have a deer, and we have a cat. Let's do a couple more here. So let's put the cat in. And every time a child plays this game, the animals will be different, and or the same animals will be in different stations, so it doesn't get too repetitive. So the deer goes here, and as does the dog. We'll just finish this one up, and then we go to F, or sorry, not F, M for the moose, and P for the pig, and we go down to W for the wolf. And once kids get the hang of it, it's a lot easier. It might be helpful the first time you play this to sit with your child and show them how to play. And you see now we go to station 4, and there are new animals. This is an antelope. We have a turkey, a seal, a rabbit, a roadrunner, and a monkey. Anyway, so I won't play the whole game as it's 9 minutes long, but this should give you a good idea of how to play Alpha Train, a great game the kids will love to help reinforce the beginning sounds of words.